first member FDIC. And it's Josh Woodison with you, and I am joined now by Clinton Smith, Galen Bargerstock, and Samantha Nichols from GCES, and of course our interviews presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm, best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online, marcusandmack.com. Hey guys, I got to say first off, congratulations on being named Best of Indiana County once again. Congrats, guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're excited about it.
Yeah. So today we were just talking off air. You guys wanted to talk about retirement planning and retirement benefits.
Yeah.
So this is obviously something I think a lot of people actually look at whenever they're looking at jobs. They're looking at possible retirement packages, retirement benefits. That is something that a lot of job seekers ought to be looking at right when they're doing the job hunting phase.
So I'm going to stop you with a story and
start
with story time, if that's okay. So
go ahead.
A long time ago when we started this business, it was originally called Government and Civil Employee Services. And I'm going somewhere with all of this. 4 years ago, we got voted #1 through the Best of Indiana contest. And we've gotten that 4 years in a row since then. But 4 years ago when we got that, we decided that we would change our name from Government and Civil Employee Services to GCES, right? Mm-hmm. Just because we work with families and we work with the general public to begin with, although we started with federal employees. So when we're talking about retirement benefits, we actually started by helping federal employees understanding everything that they get from them between their pension, Social Security, and their thrift savings plan. But we all started at a company that kind of just taught us to sell life insurance to each person. Doesn't matter who they were, sell everyone the same life insurance. And we realized very early on that's not what we wanted our company to be.
Right. There is no cookie cutter formula for those sorts of benefits, right?
Yeah, no. So, even though the benefits that you get for working for the federal government are all the same, all of the people that are using those benefits have different things at their house, at their home. And Sam is the person that's here with us today that can help you understand all of those things that you need for that first appointment. That was an easy segue.
How exactly did that relate to coming into the workforce?
Yeah, that's a good question there.
Oh, coming into the workforce. So in that, with those federal employees, that's where we got started with federal employees, right? So, and we started just we worked for another company that taught us just to sell life insurance to everyone, right? Doesn't matter whether that was the right thing for them. And in doing that, we realized that's not what we want to do. So we learned the ins and outs of all of the federal employee benefits, not just FEGLI, their federal employee group life insurance, but all of the things that they have. If someone is coming into the workforce and they're just starting out new, we can help them set all of that stuff up from the beginning.
All right.
Right. So even if you're going into a workforce, if you're just starting out and you have money from a previous employer, we can help you with that. But if you're looking at workforce places to work, federal government is also great.
All right.
Yeah.
So Samantha, let's actually have you come up to the microphone here.
How are we doing?
Doing fine. So if I'm a prospective first-time client at GCES, what should I expect whenever we talk?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when you call in, we're going to do a little bit of we're going to have a good conversation, and we're going to find out what you're looking for out of your retirement a little bit. Even before you talk to Galen, I'm going to see where you're at, where you work. Do you have a retirement plan? Are you looking for a retirement plan? How old are you? Because that's going to tell me where we're at in the process. If you are 62 and a first-time caller and you've never met with us, we're going to streamline you right over to Galen because we need to put a little pep in our step with that.
Right.
If you're 32, we're going to be talking to you very, very differently. We're going to be setting a conversation about what your retirement looks like long-term down the road and how to get there.
Again, there's no cookie cutter formula because everybody's different. Every situation is different.
Absolutely.
So as somebody who is a young person in the workforce, we'll say young person, a young person in the workforce, and they're getting the advice from mom and dad, you should be putting stuff away for your retirement, and you're rolling your eyes at that. You shouldn't be rolling your eyes at that. No.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I think that planning for retirement can cause a bit of a paralysis, especially in people who think that it's like 20, 30 years off. I don't have to think about that. And, the sooner you start, the less you have to think about that down the road. You're going to set yourself up.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you noticed, and only the people on Facebook can tell, but we did not plan on all matching today.
Yes, that's right. I should mention for our radio listeners, 3 matching black
Yeah,
tank tops.
black tank tops and army green bottoms today.
and I didn't get the memo.
So Galen and I obviously get ready together at the same house. We didn't realize till we got out of the car to walk over here that we're wearing the same color, and then she showed up. She got the memo
Everybody's
too.
got to be chuckling at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page here at GCES.
Definitely.
Well, in my defense, I think I woke up first.
Oh
and got
my.
dressed.
All right, but as she mentioned, as Samantha mentioned, the conversations are going to be very different. If you are a young person in the workforce, and you said it yourself, paralysis through analysis, I think is going to be is kind of the phrase that we could use because people in the workforce are going to be looking at this, and they're going to be confused by a lot of different things.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, you've never retired before and you only have to do it once. So we don't expect you to be an expert in your own retirement. A lot of people don't get, a roadmap to how it works and how you get there. So if you're confused, if you're overwhelmed, just call us. We will help make it easy for you.
It'll all become smooth and understandable.
Mm-hmm.
So Clinton, she said, if you're coming into this late, you fast track them. What do you mean? Oh, how do you fast track?
So if you're 3 months out from retirement, obviously you're going to need to meet before 3 months, So with how busy we are, Galen runs probably 7 appointments a day, meeting with people all over the country, right? Mm-hmm. So there's only so many times Galen can meet with people during a day that we have to prioritize people that waited until the last moment possible that are now preparing to retire 90 days. And you know what? I'm not saying that it's their fault. A lot of people go through life thinking, I don't need to prepare. I'll do that later. I'll do that eventually.
Or they're thinking, I'm just going to continue to work and work and work, too.
And then something happens, and they're
Right.
forced
They're
into
forced
making
to
the
retire.
decision. Yeah.
So it's, again, a lot of different things. So fast tracking is definitely important on that. Samantha, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the process when somebody calls in.
Yeah, absolutely. When you call, you're going to hear me every time. Every time, anywhere over the country you call and you're into GCES, you're going to get me. And we're going to ask you some questions. We're going to find out a little bit about you and get you set up with an appointment with Galen. And like we mentioned, if you're ready for retirement in 90 days, that's going to look a little different than if it's your first time with us. But everybody has a plan, and it really is tailored to suit what they're looking for.
What are some of the things that everybody should have available for that first call? I mean, should they have salary information, savings, goals in mind, things like that?
That's great information to share, but if you don't have all of that ironed out yet, you don't need all of that. We really are going to collect your personal information. We're going to find out where you work and see if you're a federal employee, and we'll get you scheduled. All of those nitty-gritty financial details are stuff you're going to iron out with Galen. He's the master of the money, and he helps everybody grow.
So let's actually go to Galen and talk about that process. So when it gets to you, what should people have at the ready?
I think the one thing that I would like everybody to have at the ready would be their Social Security information, and that's still something that people aren't looking up. If you're listening to this show right now, Social Security has a great online system that if you go in, you can create your account and look and see what you have. Because in every family in America, that is going to be a portion of the pension. So that's one of the most important, building blocks that I need to figure out a plan. Because you might not have a pension, you might not have a 401k, but you have Social Security.
All right.
So that's one of the most important things.
So the Social Security at the very least.
Yes.
If you have the 401k information, or you have pension plans, or if you have even high yield savings or stock options even, that would be pertinent information too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that comes along with the questions that I'm going to ask when we sit down and talk, because every family is going to be different. You might not have a high-yielding savings account. You might not even have a savings account.
Right,
You might
yeah,
just have
true,
checking.
very much,
So
very true.
it's just through that fact-finding that I'm going to figure out pretty much what your assets are, what your liabilities are, and what you're going to need, to accomplish retirement.
Again, no cookie cutter process, but this sounds like it should actually take maybe less than a month.
This first appointment should take less than an hour.
Less than an hour is
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but I'm talking about the whole process.
It can happen really fast, honestly, because there are times that, like we said, not cookie cutter. So there are people that come in that say, I want exactly this thing. You know what I mean? Like, I want life insurance. I want an UGMA for my grandchildren. I want this specific thing. And in that case, it's wham, bam, thank you, you're done. It's really easy. But,
Or some people might have a goal in life for their retirement.
Yeah, and there's also more times often than not, people don't even understand what those goals are that they have, because they first don't understand what they have. So sitting down with Galen is going to give them a clear understanding of all of the things that they have available to them, and then he can show them how they work and play a role in their retirement.
So after everything is set up, what sort of support will GCES provide after everything is set up?
So we're there until the very bitter end, actually. So we literally help people when they pass away with claiming their life insurance policies and, moving the inheritance to their children and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So once you're with us, that's kind of the neat thing. If you meet with us early, we have a system that we put dates and times and reminders in for so that you stay on track from your 40s through your 50s into your 60s and beyond.
Wow. So that's actually pretty cool. The fact that you guys are with them right up until the end, as you say.
Yeah.
We don't want to call it anything worse.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, with GCES, it just shows the commitment that you guys show to each and every client to get to know them on an individual basis too.
We like to talk about, health, wealth, and happiness are the three pillars of our company. It's a lot of it comes down to the numbers and stuff like that, but people also should consider taking care of their health. You know what I mean? Because even, if you're not healthy, you're going to lose all your money in paying for your health.
Yeah. So that's also very important. And actually, I'll ask Galen about that. As part of that interview process, does health come into question?
Yeah, I mean, health insurance in general is one of the biggest questions I have, because even if a person isn't living a healthy lifestyle, in the back of their mind, they know that they have to have the health insurance if something happens, So usually it's more of the Medicare type conversations that I have, what happens after age 65, because most employers are providing, and if you're self-employed, you already have an outlet, where you're getting your health insurance from.
Right, but at that point at 65 or whenever you do retire, you're relying on the Medicare and Medicaid programs from the government, which is your bailiwick, which is government employees and everything like that. So it's amazing just how complex, but also you guys make it seem simple. And I bet is it that simple whenever you get down to it?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, to me, it's simple, but it's simple because I've done this for 19 years, and I've talked about the same thing repeatedly over and over again. And like Clinton said, I do have 7 appointments today, and 5 of those 7 appointments are federal employees. So to me, it's
you literally go through life explaining the same 500
over
questions
and over again. So,
to thousands of people.
Yeah, so I mean, it gets a little monotonous sometimes, but at the end of the day, the person that is asking those questions, they need to know the answer to that question. So to me, I just like being there, a reliable source for them.
Excellent. All right. So if we want to avail ourselves of this or any of the services that GCES provides, where can they go? Samantha?
You're going to call me.
Okay, obviously.
724-915-0005.
724-915-0005.
Yep.
Or you can stop by the office, right?
Yes, come see our office. We love when people visit us.
I got to tell you, I was there whenever you guys had the ribbon cutting. It was a lot of fun over there. How has that new office treated you?
Things are going really good. People will notice that the buildings on the corner are going to be coming down soon, the yellow brick buildings. So bear with us, because I believe traffic is not going to be that amazing right next to 9th Street. That is also not, everything's slowed down with the adding of traffic signals and stuff. So it does take a little bit longer to get through town now, and we are not going to be helping with that situation while those buildings come down. But they've been an eyesore, and it is going to create more parking, and it is going to look awesome when we're done with it.
Okay, maybe more with more parking, maybe more people can avail themselves of your service.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, as I said, when I was there at the office building at the basically the housewarming party, it was a lot of fun. It is a great building.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, and lady, anything else that you want to talk about? Retirement for today? Maybe something we missed?
Next month we'll let you know what the color scheme is so that you can dress accordingly. Tank tops and gym shorts.
Well, in my case, a polo shirt.
Yeah.
Clinton Smith, Galen Bargerstock, and Samantha Nichols from GCES. This has been a very informative conversation this morning. Thank you all very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And I tell you what, I learned a lot this morning. All right, thanks again.
Thank you.
See you guys.
All right, see ya. Samantha Nichols, Galen Bargerstock, Clinton Smith with GCES joining us on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, and our interviews are presented by Marcus & Mack. voted best law firm, best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online, marcusandmac.com. It is 8:23 here at WCCS. Coming up in our next half hour, Lori Barkman from the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce will join us, and we'll be talking with her about her chamber succession planning seminar that's happening in 2 days' time. Dr. Ralph May will join us at 9:10. Back to school time, and maybe that might mean a little bit of mental worries. So we'll be talking with him about mental health issues as we start rolling into the fall season and shifting schedules around back to the back-to-school lifestyle. At 9:45, we'll continue the back-to-school theme with a quick interview with Evan Brown of Fox News Radio. We'll be talking about things that police officers are asking people to keep in mind about those back-to-school photos that you see on social media. So that is all coming up in our next hour and a half here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. And if you want to watch this interview back that we had with Clinton Smith, Galen Bargerstock, Samantha Nichols, or if you want to watch any of the interviews that we have here in our studio, there are two ways you can do it. One, check us out on Facebook. Those videos will be on Facebook for a while, and you can go to our Facebook page through our website, WCCSradio.com. And you can also check out Renda Digital TV. That's our archive for all of our interviews here on Indiana in the Morning, and also live coverage from meetings as well, and other live events and big sporting events too. Check us out, Renda Digital TV on YouTube. Right now, it is time for the Sports Minute here on WCCS.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Absolute chaos north of the border. A bizarre play between the Red Sox and Blue Jays triggered a 17-minute delay in Toronto. Umpires had to consult the rule book and